Honorable Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, Dr. Constantino Chiwenga. People living with HIV/AIDS. All protocols observed. It is a pleasure to address you today on World AIDS Day as we celebrate the extraordinary progress Zimbabwe and the United States have made in providing life-saving treatment to the 1.3 million Zimbabweans living with HIV/AIDS. Each day, our collective efforts bring Zimbabwe closer to reaching epidemic control. It is also a day for the people of the world to unite in the fight against HIV, show our support for people living with HIV, and remember the many friends and loved ones we've lost to this disease over the past 40 years. We have great news to celebrate today. The United States government, through PEPFAR, funded this year's ZIMFIA survey. The results are promising and show great progress toward the UN AIDS fast-track goals of ending the AIDS epidemic. We are excited to partner with the Ministry of Health and Child Care for the release of these figures during the World AIDS Day event today. Our strong collaboration with the Ministry and others, including the National AIDS Council, our implementing partners, the Global Fund, UNAIDS, and other multilateral health development partners make such achievements possible. Perhaps even more importantly, civil society organizations and people living with HIV who have actively fought for many years for inclusion in the HIV response also enabled the success we now celebrate. COVID-19 made this year particularly challenging and disrupted our daily lives. Let me take this opportunity to thank the health workers who put themselves at great risk to keep us healthy. I am particularly proud of our PEPFAR partners for their efforts to continue delivery of HIV services to those who might otherwise feel abandoned during these trying times. The real winners from these successes include people like Viola Tejani, a 58-year-old grandmother who started treatment in 2018 and continues today to care for her 3 grandchildren. And men like 62-year-old Samson Chiremwe, who has been living with HIV for 10 years and has made it his personal mission to counsel other men to know their HIV status and start treatment because it has worked so well for him. These personal examples demonstrate the possibilities we can achieve through steady investment and partnership in the face of a common struggle. 17 years ago, when PEPFAR began, HIV meant a death sentence in Zimbabwe and many other parts of the world. Now, for the first time in modern history, we have the opportunity to control a pandemic without a vaccine or a cure. For this coming year, the U.S. government has committed more than $230 million in Zimbabwe to strengthen health systems, expand local capacity, prevent HIV, and attain sustained epidemic control. Cumulatively, the U.S. government, through PEPFAR, has invested over $1.3 billion in Zimbabwe since 2006 in support of these efforts. With great progress comes great scrutiny. Zimbabwe's success will inevitably put a spotlight on the country's efforts. People will ask if HIV epidemic control is real. Will it stick? Tragically, and despite all that we have accomplished, there are still more than 31,000 new HIV infections in Zimbabwe every year. We cannot afford to rest. In closing, I must mention that we simply won't defeat AIDS unless we make huge progress on the rights of women and girls in Africa. HIV remains the leading cause of death for women aged 15 to 49 years worldwide. This is unacceptable. In Zimbabwe, about 1 in 3 women have experienced gender-based violence, including sexual violence. We need to bring power, equality, and agency to all young women and girls. When we know that keeping girls in school reduces their risk of acquiring HIV, we must do all that we can to ensure that girls stay in school. So today, let us commit to overcoming the challenges and barriers we still face. Global leaders and the government of Zimbabwe have committed to ending the HIV/AIDS epidemic. It is up to all of us to keep this promise. Thank you.